I touch, that's fine for you. I do that 3 4 times again, I testify.
Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Lynn and I'm back with another conversation, and I want to tell you guys that I am doing the 80 days to improve your life on my shorts. Make sure you go and watch one each day. I'm journaling as well as going through them with you. You can journal or you can just listen. They're on shorts. Go check them out. But for now, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and watch this video to the end and leave me something yellow in the comments so I can know that you watched this entire video. So today we're going to talk about, I have everything written, so I am going to look down. We're going to talk about ways to ways to have people respect you. Many people think that respect is something that some people give you. No, they give you the benefit of the doubt. It's not that you have earned the respect of that person. They're just giving you the benefit of the doubt, hoping that you don't overstep your boundaries. One thing that has always stood out to me is that my first real boyfriend, and he later became my fiance and all of that above, he told me something. He was from a different walk of life, so he had taken me to his neighborhood, and his neighborhood was a little rough, but everybody in that neighborhood liked him. They would come out, they'd be like, hey, hey, hey. And I found that very impressive because I grew up like in the suburbs, which we didn't see many people unless they were coming out of their yard going to work. So I didn't have anybody to come out and speak to me or speak to anybody else unless we just happened to come out at the same time. And I remember talking to him, and I remember asking him, like, dang, all of those people, because I was young, maybe 16, and all those people come out and they're all, what we say here in Maryland is sweating you. They were all sweating you, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he was like telling me, he was like, Lynn, they were not sweating me. They're not afraid of me. They just respect me. He was like, you never want anyone to be afraid of you. You always want to be respected. And you know, because he was older, I've always taken that to heart. And he said, because a person that's afraid of you will you. So with that being said, I've always strived to have people respect me. Never be afraid of me. I'm a female anyway, but don't be afraid. Just respect me. So with that, I decided to come up with this topic, 8 ways to have how people can respect you a little bit more. I'm not quite sure if you can see me because it looks a little dark, so I'm going to cut on my light. We're going to see if this washes me out a little bit. And it seems to wash me out just a little bit. Let's just change up the light and see what this is looking like from here. Okay, that's a little better. I had to turn it, but we're going to go down this list that I have come up with of ways to have people respect you a little bit more. And the first being is be genuine and true to yourself. If a person knows that that's just who you are, they can respect you for that. Even if you are a, as I like to call them sometimes instead of calling BITs, if you are a BI bitch, you know what I mean? Even if you're a bitch, I can respect that you're a bitch because you're always a bitch. You know what I mean? So therefore, just be who you are and be genuine with who you are. As y'all like to say now, stand on it or stand in it. Be who you are. Be genuinely who you are. Be true to yourself. That's the first way that I feel you get respect. The second way that you would get respect is to stick to your principles. No matter what. What is good for you is good for you. Don't change for no one. That is one thing I always tell my children. One thing about both of my children is that you can't change their mind. If they believe in something, they are standing on that thing. I don't care how I prove them wrong. I don't care if I try to prove them wrong. Guess what they're going to do? Stand on it. You ain't changing their mind. If they don't want to eat at that restaurant, I don't care if I go in there and eat. They're going to sit there and drink water, or they ain't going to do nothing but play on their phone. I love that. That's a way of them. They gained my respect because I thought that was just, as some people say, G of them. They won't change if they believe in something. So in order to gain respect, stay down. You don't have to be a follower. Stay down for what you believe in, not what no one tells you to believe in. Number 3 way of getting respect or gaining respect is show that you can be counted on. Show up in the good times and the bad times for the people that show up for you. Even if they don't show up for you, but you really like them or you're trying to impress them, show up, good or bad, and people will respect you. I remember an incident that the guy I was telling you about prior, that was my boyfriend at the time, he passed away. A friend of mine told me she was coming, never showed up, made up all the excuses and the lies, and guess what? We had a falling out. I stopped talking to her because you didn't have to lie to me. It's not a have-to situation. It just would have been beautiful for her to be there because she was a good friend. And he had done something for her in the past, and I thought you just show your respect. So we fell out. But then, you know how they say, not that I wish death upon anybody, but you know how people are going to die. It's just a part of our life. She had someone die in her life, and you know, she thought that I wouldn't show up because that's what she had done to me. But guess what? I came through, showed up, and the embrace that she gave me was so beautiful because she knew that it was genuine. I wasn't trying to pay her back. I didn't want to see her go through that, and I knew what she was going through. So yes, I showed up for her, and that's what I feel like people need to do more. And at the end, we did have a talk. She apologized and all the other things, but yeah, you have to show up for people. I didn't learn that till later on because I'm more of a private person. I'm more off to myself, but you do have to give people what you want to have. So that was number 3. Number 4 is demonstrate empathy and kindness to others. Like I just said, that was a great example of both of these, number 3 and 4. I demonstrated empathy. I knew what she was going through. No matter what she had done to me, I knew she needed someone. And not that the someone was me, but to see my face, she told me it made her day. So show empathy. People will respect that about you. You will get respect. Number 5, believe in yourself and your capabilities. If you think you can do it, you can do it. Just put in the work and watch it come through. And I'm saying that because that's what I'm doing. I had to push myself to do these videos because I don't want to sit down here talking and doing all that. But you know, at times, if this is what you really want out of life, this is what you must do. And nothing's going to change with you just sitting down. You must put forth an effort in order for it to move forward. So with that being said, we are going to move on to number 6. What you must do is truly hearing and understanding what people are saying. Now, I suffer sometimes with the not letting a person finish or half listening. But I'm working so hard on being a better listener. And with that being said, I am actually getting more information with listening than non-listening, because sometimes you cut a person off in mid-thought and they're about to tell you something that you should know or need to know or wanted to know. They're going to tell you. So if you would listen more, you would get the information that you need. So truly hear, listen, and understand what others are saying and what they need from you or what they're trying to give you. That is a major way of getting respect. Listening to a person is a major way of getting respect. I remember years ago, my mother gave me a book that it was How to Win Friends or Influence People. And that was one of the major ways that you win friends. You win friends by letting them do what? Talk about themselves. And you know what? Sometimes people's lives are so interesting because they're so much different than ours. Even if we went down the same path in life, to listen to them talk about their stories, even if it's the same story that you have, is hilarious. I've listened to some of my girlfriends tell a story that I know about because I was there. But from their point of view, it's funnier because they're looking at me, seeing my expression. I can't see myself, so I am dying laughing with them telling me how my facial expression was or what was going on with me at that particular time. So with that, always listen, hear, and understand what the person is trying to tell you. So with number 7, we're going to recognize your mistakes and being open to learning from them. Always recognize what you did wrong, what you did right, And if you made a mistake, learn from your mistakes. You know what, guys? I wish that I would have taken more time to sit back, reflect, learn from my mistakes, and then I wouldn't have repeated so many mistakes. I try to give my son a lot of 411 because, hey, Tupac said it. You got your name from a woman, you get your game from a woman. So I try to give him a lot of game. But, you know, kids of today, they don't listen. So I want to give you my mistakes so you can learn my mistakes, but also you get to know me a little better. And I just know that is such a fact, to learn from your mistakes, because you don't want to repeat them. Because what I will tell you is that you think that you've learned and you think you won't repeat them, but sometimes if you are not careful, if you're not careful enough to really sit back and learn from your mistakes, you will find yourself in the same predicament. And you might not find yourself in that predicament once or twice. You might find yourself in that predicament 3 times. And a lot of times, if you're finding yourself in a repeated cycle of the same predicament, it's because you need to stop, look, listen, implement, change some things about what you're doing or what you're going through, because that can really make a difference in your repeating the cycle. You know, you don't have to repeat a cycle. If you learn from it the first time and see what you could have done differently, you'll be good to go. And our next to last is stand up for what you believe in. It is similar to the one I told you earlier. Always stick with what you believe in and stand up for it if it comes to you losing it, or you know what I mean, not like a robbery, like stand up, but stand up for you if you believe in a point. If you're saying the grass is green, the people are telling you this yellow, no, stand up. You know that grass green, you know that sky blue. Yes, the sky blue. I can prove it to you. So stand up for what you believe in but you do that in a respectful way. So I gave you 8 ways to gain respect. I hope these were helpful. I am just trying to evolve our life with this series so we can be the best version of ourselves and elevate in all ways, financially, mentally, emotionally, physically. We all need help. So I thought, of what way can I provide this help for the people? And this is the way. I did some research so we can come together, and this is our way of finding respect. So with that being said, I would like to thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go to the bottom and leave me something yellow. Make sure that you tell me if these resonated with you, or if you found them corny. I don't care what you say. Say something. Say something. And I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you go over to my shorts and watch the 80 days of improving our life. See you later. Bye.